over the weekend, there was a couple of different kind of controversies or whatever that were kind of making the rounds online. One of them had to do with some rules policy stuff. Another had to do with product release, and then another short printing of a card. And over the weekend, and then the following Monday, like days later, the creator of the game and the head designer are sitting down on a podcast to talk about all three of these things. They went into detail about why they've chosen to organize their rules policy the way they have. They talked about kind of the situation they're in where they're choosing the lesser of two evils, essentially. They talked about release of a set that's going to happen near a big event, and they talked about how they adjusted it so you can get product beforehand during pre-release window so you can be ready for the big event. They're enabling stores to not just run sealed, but draft, and not just at pre-release, but leading up to the event. And on the short printing of the card, they explained that this is not a mistake. It wasn't a error with the printing or anything like that. It's the amount that they intended to print. This is a reason you should play Flesh and Blood, because the people who make the game care about the community, are listening, and they talk to us. And they're not just, at our beck and call and doing what we say. They actually, if you listen to this episode of Dev Talk that I referenced, they actually hold their ground on most of the things. They explain their reasoning for things, and they don't just roll over on their principles. They say, we did it this way, and we believe this was the right way. Knowing that these are the people who are in charge of the game, in charge of balancing the game, banning cards, they're in charge of making sure cards get to places they need to be on time, all of that gives me an incredible amount of confidence as a player. Being part of a game where the creators are so integrally involved and communicative with the community. They're not just listening and quietly working there. They're part of a conversation with the community. I think makes me really happy that I get to play a game like this, So you should play Flesh and Blood.